Hey, fan makers, it's your girl Pisces back with episode 4 of the Love Seat Sessions. Let's get it.
What's up, everybody? What's going on, y'all? It's your man, Fat.
How's it going, everybody? This is Jordan Paul, and you're tapped in.
Straight back to the Country Fan Mail Podcast.
Yes. Back with another one. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. If y'all don't already know who I am Klue and one of your super dope hosts of this here podcast, the Love Seat Sessions, episode 4. And this is my amazing co-host, my beautiful, the illustrious, the amazing, the most talented.
Okay. Woo,
Pisces princess. Yes. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, so we're here with another one.
We are.
And before we get started,
first of all, we'd like to thank everybody for tapping in.
She already knows.
Shout out to the Meet Me stream.
Yep.
Thank you so much for tapping in today. Shout out to the YouTube stream. Thank you so much for tapping in today. We are humbled and appreciative that you guys decided to chill with us for the Love Seat session. We appreciate the feedback and the questions like always. I don't think that there was ever going to be a point in time when Klue was going to be like, yeah, I'm okay with answering questions that these people are asking on the stream until the Love Seat sessions.
For sure. I mean, if y'all have been kind of paying attention to, just to me and things that I've kind of said before, I there was a point in time where I just wasn't I didn't want to come off, like preachy or like, we were like some type of like how people say relationship goals and all that stuff like that. But then I also had to understand that if somebody looks at what you got going on and they're just like, you know what, one day I want to have that, of course it's not going to be what are you showing me?
I don't know what this means.
I don't know what that means either.
I can't.
Hey, listen, when you're the more technically savvy person in a relationship, sometimes they just show you stuff and you're just like, listen, I still don't work for Apple. I have no idea what that is. I'm just joking, baby. I have no idea what that means.
Well, what do I need
if you don't know what it means, then just hit don't allow. That's my rule of thumb.
Okay.
But anyways, so
thank you.
What we wanted to do, no problem, baby. What we wanted to do with the Love Seat sessions is, like I said, we're not here to give relationship advice. We're here just to talk about literally the things that we're learning. It's not things that we've learned. We're not talking about like, oh, we got this down. Like,
yeah, no, we're two human beings in this journey together, but we're absolutely learning every single day.
Yeah. And that's all that matters. That's the only way it's gonna work. That's whether marriage, relationship, friendships, sibling relationships. If you're not learning to get better, because people change, your siblings ain't always gonna be the same people. If you look at them the same way, then you're gonna end up disappointed.
Yeah, absolutely. But absolutely.
I think we had a topic that we were gonna bring up right before we segue into our topic of today, which is arguing with respect. There was something I can't remember what we were just saying. Yep, that was like a really crazy segue because I didn't segue into
Klue's fault because he said, "Babe, we should smoke before the session."
Yeah, because I mean, I wanted to get this session. I didn't want to have all the coughing and everything going on, so I just wanted to, give people some clear insight. But until I can remember the other one, we could just kind of, segue into the topic that we were going to talk about today, which is arguing with respect.
Yeah, fair fighting.
Fighting fair. Yeah, fair fighting. Actually, I'm gonna be quiet. Like, I want to hear like what you think. Like what do you think fighting fair is?
I'm still learning.
Yeah, but what's your perception of it?
So we are talking about like arguing with respect. It's definitely something that I wasn't taught growing up. And I think that that's the first thing that we have to address in like we both do our own shadow work, to unlearn those lessons. But as a couple, we unlearn them by really being in sync with how we as individuals are feeling. Like if it makes me feel bad, if it makes me feel anxious, then
it's most likely gonna make your partner feel that way.
Yeah.
And not because y'all struggle from the same different anxieties, y'all have the same triggers. However, if you and your partner are actually connected and intertwined in some sort of way, if it makes you anxious, it's gonna make them anxious.
Yeah.
You know, that's a pretty decent rule of thumb, I feel.
Yeah. So I try and respect my own anxieties. And also my partners, my husbands, whoever I'm arguing with, like in a real way, because arguments are not just with the people that you know you love. Like you have to be respectful when you're arguing with everybody. It's just that the people that you love are the ones that deserve the most respect, right? Yeah. Like I would never like talk to people at work the way that I would talk to, like, even my kids, and I love them. So if I'm to unlearn things that I learned throughout early life, then I have to be honest with how things make myself feel, and try not to make the people that I love feel like that.
For sure. I agree with that 100%. I think the first step to arguing with respect is recognizing how you're talking to the other person. And I said a few times, I think I've used this analogy, I don't know if on here, but I was like, we'll go all day, we'll be driving, somebody cut us off. We might say a few curse words, but we ain't said it to them. They ain't hear us, right? Somebody will pass macroaggressions at work, things that we had to let go. The people that really deserve to get cursed out and probably slapped across the face, we let that stuff go. But then we'll get home. I'm not saying that we're slapping anybody across the face, but let's not put that out there. But
I wouldn't mind it. Not you, but like some of the people at work.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
Yeah,
I
thought that's what you were saying.
No, I was saying that, like, no, I'm not slapping people at work either, but they need to be. I'm not gonna put that same amp on my wife. I'm not gonna be like, I don't slap you, but you need to be like. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I definitely don't need to be.
That's what I'm saying. It's different. Yeah. However, my point is that you still come home and you show more of that emotion, because I've even used I've said the words. I was just like, you're able to be more of yourself at home, and I want to be free at home. But then it's like, is that really being free, or is that just is that just you giving yourself an allowance to be disrespectful? And that's me checking myself.
Yeah.
These are my words that I've said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do say that. I should be able to say whatever I want.
I
think we all say that. We all feel like to my person, I should be able to say whatever I want, and they should know not to take offense to it.
But come on now, how often does that happen?
It's not even realistic.
It's not realistic at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's looking at somebody being like, hey girl, I love you. I love you. But your friend, the one that be always over here all the time, the one that be leaving her hair and stuff all the time. Every time she comes over here, it stinks. This is a completely made up situation. She comes over here and it just stinks. It just smells terrible. But don't take offense to that. I know that's your homegirl. I know you love her, but she cannot come here anymore. Do you think that your partner not gonna take offense to that?
No, I'm totally like, damn, what friend?
Is that, like I say, it's completely made up. But my point is, like, just because you say something a certain way, people think that, oh, well, it's like, well, you're my partner, so you shouldn't get mad. Nah, shawty, it don't work that way. I'm trying to get to the comments, because I see that there's a comment up there. That was you. Yeah. Okay, awesome. But yeah, it's, I feel like there's levels to it. There's levels to it. Learning how to talk to each other. And even not even just like aggression. That was the aggression example, right? When it just comes to natural conversation, I can sometimes be very direct. I can sometimes be sometimes people call it blunt or whatever. And then also sometimes I can be extremely sarcastic and extremely passive aggressive. that's the mentality that I was raised around. That's the mentality that I was raised to have, whether it be in my family or even the career that I had. But none of that matters when it comes to how I'm addressing my wife.
Right.
Because if she don't like that shit, then I mean, everything I say is gonna be either gonna be put on deaf ears or gonna be put on somebody who's not being able to properly perceive it because it's been given to them the wrong way.
And this I hear a lot, especially in like early stages of relationships and the talking phase, where someone does something and you do not like it and you express that you do not like said thing, and they say, "That's just how I am."
Honestly, if they say something like that in the getting to know you phase, that's just how I am today. Believe them for who they is, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
Believe them for
You
who they
can
are.
absolutely avoid arguments by knowing that if you don't like something and that is just how somebody is, then that thing is never going to mesh.
Yeah.
And you don't have to change to mesh with that thing if you
Yeah.
don't like something.
And kind of going back into kind of what I was saying with the post that I put on there, I was like, when you're in the midst of an argument with someone, which relationship, I use my wife as an example. You're in the midst of an argument and neither of y'all listening anymore, and the only goal that y'all have at this point in the argument is who can say the most messed up thing to piss the other person off. And then both of y'all reach whatever y'all's pinnacle is. Usually the woman wins because women's word cut much deeper than men's. It's just a fact.
That's true.
But either way, arguments over, one of y'all walk, whatever, everything, nothing's resolved.
At this point, by the way, you don't even know what you're arguing about
Don't
anymore.
even know what you was arguing about anymore.
That thing doesn't even exist.
Oh yeah, and y'all said something now that you're gonna regret because it was probably something that was really like you really cut deep. You start attacking family members. You start attacking childhoods. You start attacking struggles that the other partner has, like things that they're struggling with that they should have that safety to be able to be vulnerable with you with. But when you're so mad, you know what I'm saying? Stuff comes out.
Yeah.
And that's when those are the moments that you have to remember that you need to respect your partner. It's not like if you don't remember the moments that I don't remember that, it's not that like anything goes. It's not like that, but it's like that's usually when the worst stuff happens in the argument. That's when the worst things get said. That's when, yeah.
So when you get all turned up because like every disagreement doesn't like initially go into a respectful phase, like unfortunately you learn that you are being disrespectful when you disagree by being disrespectful when you disagree, right? So when you're all hyped up and you're all like pissed to the highest level of festivity, Klue, what do?
Whew. I mean, what do I do? Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I take a walk.
Walk away.
I walk away because here's my thing. Like for a very long time, and this is me being extremely honest and vulnerable. For a very long time in my relationships, I prided myself on the fact that I didn't raise my voice. I didn't yell. I didn't do any of that shit because I was just like, what's the point? Like, I'm not doing this with you. Like, because and it's not going to do anything. So at a young age, I was so mature. Not somehow, I allowed it to happen. I forgot that. I was in situations that I did not apply the things that I learned anymore. And that essentially almost rewired my learning. It rewired what I learned, and unfortunately, I can no longer say that. Not at this moment, at least. I can't say that, saying that I've practiced the most healthy mechanisms with dealing with a situation, because once I feel like the conversation has gotten to a point where it's just like nothing else is being resolved, I walk away. But that is in no regards to how the person I'm having the argument with feels. Like it's in no regards to that.
Right.
Now, in person, when it comes to like somebody, like say somebody on the street, I'm gonna have about 99.9% less words for you than I'm gonna have for my wife. Because if I walk away and then if there's any type of inkling that it continues to happen, it's no longer words. It's completely different with your wife. Even if I do walk away, where the hell, nigga, you coming home? Where are you going home? Because I'm always gonna come home.
Right.
So it's like that's a one and done situation with somebody that, you know, so that's more private and for me to, you know what I'm saying, hit you in the eye. But it's like my wife is like, you know, like you can't handle it like that.
Yeah. I absolutely agree. First of all, we like to thank everybody for tapping in. Today we are talking about learning how to argue with respect.
Yeah.
Pisces, this is my husband, Klue. Obviously, we do not agree on everything. Everything is not an argument, but arguments
sometimes the stupidest shit is.
absolutely exist. Right. I know we were talking about like not even remembering what we were arguing about because we've gotten so hyped up. Klue likes to or feels that space is the best place for him to cool down. So he absolutely will walk away. I don't like space, guys. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's like the exact opposite of what she likes and what she needs. So as y'all can tell, it probably causes a lot of issues.
So when Klue walks away, I silently sit there and roast in my seat with the fire of 10,000 suns.
Yep. And remember that part I said about having to walk back because you're gonna come home? Remember that part? I learned my lesson about, for one, walking too far and being like, fuck, I gotta walk back. But then there's also just about being gone too goddamn long, regardless of you walking, you driving, whatever the hell it is, because that person is roasting in their seat. Don't worry about me, y'all. I'm just gonna undo this hair wrap a little bit because it's getting tight.
When he does come back,
like I have hair.
It doesn't.
But it feels like I have hair.
When he does come back, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Most of the time, I swallow my pride and shut up and listen to what he has to say. But some of the times, I'm hella stubborn and I'm just like, nope, I don't want to talk to you right now. It's not gonna be on your time.
Yeah, and that's also a thing. Like, you have to be ready if you that type of person. I know y'all are out there. If you're that type of person, when you come back, you have to be ready and understand that the person might not be ready to talk to you, and you can't be mad about that. Now, you also can't be too okay with it either, because I've got it messed up too. Because I walk back and try to talk to Pisces, and she'd be like, "Nah, I'm not ready to talk," and I'd be like, "All right, cool." And then 10 minutes later, she was just like, "Oh, really?" And I'm just like, all right, okay. I guess I'll try to push it a little harder. But it's like, because ultimately, you know, they want to talk. Come on, man. You know the women want to talk. You know they want to talk. When do they not want to talk? You know they want to talk. And they also will take any opportunity to be stubborn and prove a point. So, for whoever that viewer that was that just left because they thought we were probably muted. Oh man. So we talked about my toxic trait.
I don't think it's a toxic trait.
I think walking away in the midst of an argument just because you either one don't have anything else to say or you feel defeated can be very toxic.
Yeah,
I'm gonna own that. I'm really gonna own that.
But sometimes needing space isn't always toxic. Yeah, sometimes you just need to like separate and calm down.
What about you though? What do you do?
I am like,
what is the thing that you do that
the stonewallingest motherfucker you ever did meet?
I mean, she will stonewall you mid-sentence.
Honestly, the stream knows that though.
Oh yeah, they know that, but this is for the world. This is for the diaspora. This is for all the billions of you that y'all are gonna get. And if y'all like what y'all are hearing right now, please make sure that y'all like and subscribe. Thank y'all.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me more about this stonewalling, little baby.
I mean, well, in all fairness, I do have a lot of anxiety. And arguments and social unrest, that shit triggers anxiety. So I get this level of there's like a what's it called? The thing in the back of my throat. A frog.
I was gonna be like,
the thing in the back of my
depends
throat.
on the time of the day.
There's a frog in my throat, like at all times. Sometimes he gets bigger. It sounds crazy, but most people do not understand when I say sometimes I can't talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes I really can't talk. Like sometimes he gets really big and he block and that's what happens when I argue.
And sometimes she just don't want to talk, and that's when the stonewalling comes in.
Yeah, so
it's hard to tell sometimes.
No, that's not true.
I'm talking about for me.
Oh, okay.
It's hard for me to tell sometimes when you're stonewalling me versus when you're actually getting anxious. And honestly, usually that's when our arguments will tend to start to cut you off. But I just want to interject at this point, like that. Usually that's when our arguments will sometimes get to that next levels, because I think that you're ignoring me, or you're just stonewalling me out, really, when you're over there trying to figure out how or what to respond, or even if you want to respond. So it's not even really a full stonewalling. You're just like mentally blocking out shit so you can get your own mind together, which is still stonewalling.
It's like so literally it's like, anxiety, but because you're upset, or because like we're already at an impasse, it comes across as me stonewalling you. So then it hypes you up. And but there are definitely times when I just am like stonewalling or flat out avoiding having conversations. I don't look people in the eye all the time. But when I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. And I mean that's a hard thing, especially being somebody who, like, when you're trying your best to not be like overly direct, you're not trying to be rude when you say something, but you also have something really real to say. And then when you're trying your best and then you still feel stonewall, you're just like, well, what the fuck? I should have said the thing that was going to get me the most effect. Might have pissed you off, but it would have got me more effect. But it's like,
I thought you were learning how to argue with respect.
But see that's the reason, that's the line that you toe, right? That's the line that you toe. And that's the line that you toe. And I feel like, there have been so many times that in the midst of an argument, there have been things that I wanted to say, and I was like, shut the fuck up, Card.
Yeah.
Shut up, Klue. Shut up. Like, literally, she's seen me be over there like, shut up. I'm not talking to her.
You talking to yourself? You talking to yourself? Like, but at the end of the day, cooler heads absolutely prevail. I think that, when he does those little timeouts, or when I do my little stonewalling or whatever, and we do like fine, fuck it, the other person gets the message and we go and relax, then we be missing each other. I'll go shopping. I'll be at the mall I go shopping and then I come back and all the shit is for him. Like, I don't know. I just saw these. I wanted to get them for you.
She'll come home and the house is clean. Because, like, usually if she leaves, like, I'm just gonna say how we do it. Usually if I walk out, I'm gonna come back and Shay's probably gonna be exactly where I left her. Regardless if she's doing the same thing, she's probably gonna be in the exact same place and has a lot to talk about. Sometimes it could be good, sometimes it could be more argument. It just really just depends. When she leaves and comes back, I'm usually never in the same place that she left me, unless I was asleep. I'm never in the same place that she left me. Something's gonna be different. Like, I've done rage cleaned the kitchen or some shit.
And rage probably clean is hilarious.
Or done some homework. I did something, like, what I'm saying, a little bit something like a little bit more productive. Not productive. It's like with my hands, because I have to kind of like, I have to do stuff. Shay, that's her time when she's gonna collect herself
and shop.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think we also had to just learn how to respect it. Like, I had to stop calling her anxiety stonewalling all the time. That was me being respectful. And she had to stop calling me walking away Like, I mean, when the first time she said something about me, I threw a temper tantrum. I was
I
like, "What
did
the?"
say that.
I threw a fucking temper tantrum. I was so mad. I was hot. I was like, "What?" And then I actually threw a temper tantrum.
Yeah,
which was crazy. But it was like, I'm not saying that it wasn't. I controlled it. I shouldn't have done that. But it was also like she didn't have to call my method of not
temper
trying to
tantrum.
arguing
A
anymore a
temper
temper tantrum.
tantrum.
Like that's like that. Like it just even saying it again just makes me like, I can't believe you said that.
Yeah, I think that like along those lines of cooler heads prevailing and allowing for us to have space and time, um like returning to each other and and like usually we always hug each other.
Yep.
And
And we have we ever slept apart mad?
mm-mm.
So I know that's probably like another cliche thing.
People always say things like don't go to bed mad,
Sometimes you can't not go to bed mad,
and you got to go to sleep.
but you can always choose whether you're going to sleep beside your partner or not.
Yeah, so you just we really do be having a truce. There have been a couple of nights when we sleep to each other's back, like, fuck you.
But I ain't gonna lie, my foot always is gonna find a way to touch her calf or some shit. If she sleep, like my foot's gonna be, I'm gonna touch her somehow.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get cold and
she gonna
I'm
end up
gonna
right
roll
behind
up
me.
over beside him.
Even if I'm mad at her, like I'm not gonna be like, nah, get out. Like that's not. I couldn't. The times that I've been angry and she's tried to come to me and I've like didn't want to be like outside of like moments, because I also have anxiety. Sometimes I just need to like. Sometimes I really just need like a second. Like just give me 1 second. But there have been other times that I was just mad and she was trying to come and give me a hug. And I'm just like, nah. I immediately feel stupid.
Yeah.
Especially if
you should,
especially if we
nigga.
leave
You
each other's part.
should,
Like
yeah.
if I walk out the house or she walks out the house, how would I feel if that was it?
I used to say to
Like
Klue
that
all the
drives me
time,
crazy.
you want to be mad or you want to be married? And I say that shit to myself
And
all
then
the
it made me
time.
mad because we in the midst of an argument.
In the mirror, I'll be like, do you want to be mad or you want to be married?
Yeah. Yeah, it's something that you have to ask yourself, because if somebody else asks you, you're gonna be like, what? But when you ask yourself that, it's like you know what I'm saying? Because there's just certain shit that is just like, nah, man, like you can't, nah, you can't. Cause you gonna find you gonna put yourselves in stupid mindsets. Like, I ain't gonna lie, there have been times that like me and Pisces be arguing, and then like I'll look over and she's over there like texting, or like she be on Facebook sometimes. She'll be on something random and she just be smiling. And I'll be like, what the hell? Like in my mind, I'm like,
How dare you find joy in something else?
Who is you supposed to be mad right now? You are supposed to be as livid as I am. Who are you over there laughing at? And I don't ask her that, but I just be over there like,
this bitch had the audacity to smile.
And then I'll go do some dumb shit. Like I'll go post some dumb shit on Instagram or YouTube, like, just doing content, but it won't have anything to do with what we got going on. And she probably sees it like, oh, so this nigga ain't taking nothing serious.
Yo, he's over here tagging me and shit.
I'm over here acting like ain't nothing happening. Cause I'll be damned if the world know that we ain't gelling right now. The world gonna know that we happy. They gonna smile with us.
And you know what? I think that that's like the main reason why a lot of singles think that relationship content creators don't have, like, everything is not fucking unicorns and rainbow glitter. That's not realistic. We're building a life together. We're two different fucking people. We're gonna disagree.
But here's the catch. Here's the trippy part. Not only do they believe that all these relationships are just, perfect and that people don't argue, but then God forbid these people don't work out and then they actually break up and it's public. People are like, I can't believe that. Nigga, what the fuck? You just thought that they just randomly decided to break up and they had no other issues going on in their relationship? Why do you think that you are so privileged to know what is going on with them?
Yeah.
There's so many couples. I'm not going to name them because I'm not going to publicize off their demise. But at the same time, these are couples that me and her have watched. Literally, we've seen them, met them as couples. And then all of a sudden, it's like they're not together anymore. And then you're just like, what the hell?
I guess I got to follow them both.
You gotta follow. Now they have separate pages. You know what I'm saying? Now
Don't worry, guys.
like,
our pages have always been separate.
Yeah, our pages. Yeah, so y'all, let's not do that. Gonna be like, man, I could have sworn that they used to say Klue and Pisces.
It showed it.
Yo, but not for real though. It's like, it's kind of sad, but it's also like, I put it like this: nothing's gonna happen between me and her, but in a real way, if something ever happened between me and her, I would never want y'all to not to support her. Even if y'all just like that's just, and I know she would feel the same.
No,
way.
facts. Like whatever happens between me and Klue ain't got shit to do with you.
Ain't got nothing to do with y'all, and don't feel like you're privileged to know those things as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just oh, what's good, Ria? I had no idea what that was, but yeah. So it's like going back full circle, stay on top of it, arguing with respect. You just got to learn and understand that, you're not going to understand everything about people. If you understand everything about the people in your circle, you should probably expand your circle.
Yeah.
If you and your circle only talk about all the same things, because everybody says, oh yeah, keep the people around you who want to get to the same place. That's okay. But if all of y'all are engineers and nobody's a financial analyst, nobody's a actual building engineer, nobody is a business manager, nobody is any of these things, how are y'all going to push forward? So in that relationship, we play all those roles. We have different hats. She's better at some shit than I am.
Right. And that's the thing. Relationships are about leveraging strengths.
Yeah.
And I get sucked into the daytime streams where they're arguing back and forth about, would you be a stay-at-home dad and you ain't shit and da-da-da-da. And it's like relationships are about leveraging strength.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if your strength is in like calming my anxiety and all of that, then you're the fucking peacemaker. And if you got to go and walk away so that you can make peace, baby, go walk away. See, it's about leveraging strength. No, but I'm so serious, guys. We are learning to argue with respect. We don't already be arguing with respect all the time. We just had a disrespectful
argument the other day.
It was like Wednesday.
Like in a real way, it's not like anything that's why we put it up there literally like that. Learning to argue with respect, because we're not trying to, we're not, and then we almost didn't even want to put how to, because we're just like, nah, we're just giving y'all the things that we've learned. Hopefully it works for y'all. Some people, like I said, you might be in a situation where you might date somebody where walking away is both of y'all's medicine. Yeah. Cool. You might be in a situation where walking away irritates you and the walking away irritates the other person. And as soon as y'all argue, y'all just have to just collapse in on each other. Like it's different for everybody. And honestly, I can't walk away every time as much as I want to. Sometimes I just can't walk away.
Oh yeah, guys, on Wednesday I walked away. I locked him out of the office. It was hilarious.
Oh yeah, she locked me. Yo, listen. I ain't never been so mad. I ain't never been so mad.
Oh, I guess it was Tuesday, baby. It was Tuesday. It wasn't Wednesday.
I ain't never been so mad and then said some shit and immediately was just like, you feel stupid. Because we were arguing, and then I felt like I was back into a corner, and I was just like, I just need a minute, just leave me the fuck alone. And
he didn't say a minute. He said, leave me the fuck alone.
I was, it was a lot, because Pisces also got this thing that when she want to talk, she want to talk. And when I be needing them, she don't be understand. So anyway, that's what happened. And she was like, bet. She went into the office. It was 7:20. She went into the office and she went to that room and she clocked, and I heard the door lock. You know how you just clear the door, but how somebody wants you to know that they click the door, they lock it 3 and 4 times.
I didn't lock it.
All I heard was the door knob.
I just locked the door.
So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, man, all right, cool. She locked me out. Bet. 20 minutes passed. I'm just like, man, is my computer in there? No, I got my computer right here. All right, bet. Let me get on my computer. I'm like, bet. Man, Xbox is in there. Shit. All right, man. I don't need to be in there, man. I wonder what she's doing though. Let me go see if she answered the door. I go knock on the door, knock, 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 nothing. It ain't like it's no huge room. I know she heard me, so I'm just like, I bet.
I was at work.
She heard me, so I was like, I bet. I'm gonna go get her some coffee. So I went to the store, got her some coffee, came back, knock, knock, knock. She on the phone, but I was like, ooh, perfect opportunity. Let me whip out my handy dandy door key.
This nigga unlocked the door.
Unlock the door with my thumb. I was just like, listen.
So mad.
I almost walked in. If she wasn't on the phone, I would have walked in this motherfucker like, no more locked doors. I was so ready. I was about to be like, no more locked doors. But nah.
But I was at work.
She turned around. She was on the phone and she had her headset on and she was like she was so disgusted. And I just put the coffee down on the table beside her.
So mad, but also I really wanted coffee.
I should have recorded that shit. You know that song, When I Walk Through. Yeah, when I walk. Like, you know, doing the petty thing. I should have done it because that's how I felt at that moment. Do that. And then I was sitting there and I was just like, cool. She ain't never say thank you for that coffee. And then but then as soon as I said that, she said, here comes a text. Thanks for the coffee. I was like, I bet. So she thanked me for the coffee. Then I walked back to the door really quietly while she was on the phone. This part you don't know. I walked back to the door really quietly while she was on the phone, and I jiggled the door lock, and it was still locked. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Still fucking locked.
That was the peace treaty.
It wasn't the peace treaty. Leave me the fuck alone. It'd take more than a cup of coffee.
You shouldn't acknowledge the fact that I gave you the coffee if you ain't submitted the peace treaty. I thought that I done tapped it. I thought I was like, I done unlocked the code. We good, y'all.
Nah, nigga, we not good, but thank you for the coffee because I'm not a fucking
She wouldn't even leave the room.
I got manners.
She left the room to use the bathroom. And she don't ever use the master bathroom during the day. She always use the guest bathroom. I know this about my wife. Why do I know this is whatever?
He be stalking me.
She purposely went into the master bathroom so she didn't have to see me.
I did. And then I go to make another cup of coffee, and his old silly ass is sitting in the living room on the couch on his laptop, looking all pathetic and shit.
I wasn't looking pathetic. I was trying to act like I was listening to music and shit. I ain't had nothing playing, but I was over there bopping my motherfucking head like. I was over there acting like I was like, God damn, feel stupid as a motherfucker.
Yo, as you should, sir.
And then I came and I was like, yo, you ready to talk? And she was like, no. Here's the crazy part. She was in the stream. I come in and I was like, can you have a second to talk? She closed the stream and she was like, actually, I have work to do. I'm not on my lunch yet. Oh my God. At this point, it's funny. Y'all see me touching this shit like it's hair?
What's wrong with you?
I want hair. This is crazy. But I'm not going to do one of the transplants. I promise. I mean, one of those toupee things.
You don't need hair.
But baby, imagine if I had hair though. I would have been a different nigga if you met me. Yeah.
I just feel like we would have a whole nother level of shit to argue about.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there would be like clogged up drains.
What? If you can't tell, my hair is very thin. So if I had hair, it would not clog up any drains. That doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't matter. It's
if you had hair, you wouldn't have locks.
No, if I had hair, I would definitely have. My plan was to get locks when I got out of the military. And you see, this is how we argue with respect because she's looking at me and she's just like, "You will never going to have hair. It's not in your future." But instead of saying that, she just says, "Baby, you don't need to have hair."
You know, you don't have to shit on people's dreams. You could just like send up realistic smoke signals. And then eventually they're gonna catch on.
Hey man, listen, if I ever end up in Turkey, I'm definitely gonna get the hair transplant. Because listen, I don't know if y'all know, like my hair, it grows like around the sides. It's just this middle part. This middle part. So I'm gonna do one of them. I'm gonna do one of them LeBron James, Jamie Foxx joints. Yeah. Let me get that popping. But anyways, drop any questions. Y'all have any questions? Y'all have anything that y'all want to ask us about? Like I said, we're talking about arguing with respect. We're talking about, you know, fighting fair, what not to do. Do you have enough strength to tell yourself to shut up?
No, I don't have enough strength to tell myself to shut up.
How can you build that strength?
Well, it's just that when I'm mad, I just be seeing red.
Exactly.
So at the point in which I'm mad, it's like you're not gonna get me to shut up. You're gonna get this angry.
But how do you slap a shade of white on that red and make it pink?
You could give me a hug,
Okay.
a kiss.
Okay.
You could give me some.
It'll be okay. What you need some?
No, but for real, listen. You cannot argue when your mouth is full.
So, pretty much, breaking down what she's saying is that some ways that you might be able to argue with respect is literally just being intimate, embracing your partner. I've always said it. You can't argue and hug. You really can't. If both of y'all are actually hugging each other,
Unless it's like a bear hug, and then you're like,
that's different. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you actually really tenderly embracing each other, like, how can you really be full-fledged argument? Like, you can't do it.
Yeah, in a real way. If your partner, if Klue, if I'm pissed and he embraces me, like I kind of melt. I totally melt. I just be like, I don't know why I was mad. You smell so good.
Yeah. And that's another cheat code, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you pissed her off and it's been a good maybe 2 or 3 hours before y'all talk, don't walk back in there smelling the same way that you were smelling before. Go take a shower, put some fresh water under your arms.
I don't know about that.
You know, hey, oh shit, yeah.
I don't know about
okay,
that.
well, okay, if you haven't left the house, let me if you haven't left the house, maybe that's let me re-clarify. But like, you know, so my point is that, you know, like, even if you've already taken a shower, like, I don't know, just throw on a little cologne, let it air out for like 5-10 minutes, and then just walk up to her. You don't even got to, you know, say walk up to her, give her a kiss on top of the head. She gonna smell that shit.
Oh yeah.
And she gonna turn around and either she gonna say something nice or she gonna say something that's gonna make you stay.
You should grab her by the back of her neck.
Oh, you can do that shit. I do that shit to Shay all the time.
All the time.
She be forgetting why she's mad.
I don't even know what we were talking about anymore.
I just done some dumb shit. And it's behind my back. I just got this. Got something broken in my hand behind my back. She don't even know what's going on.
I don't know about it being behind your back, but no, definitely. Like I firmly believe that gentle touch will absolutely de-escalate any argument.
Gentle words too, gentle voices. If you're literally in the midst, use this. Next time that you were arguing with somebody and y'all start yelling, boom, 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 elevator, yeah, and then immediately bring your voice down.
Dude, I do this shit at work all the time. You think you're gonna yell at me? I will whisper. I will talk so low that all of a sudden you won't know what's going on, and then you will shut up because you will be leaning in. Because guess what? You actually need the shit that I have to say.
You gonna feel stupid
need this information. I do this all the time. People be like, "Oh, were they arguing with you?" No.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I'll say absolutely nothing, and then they'll be like, "Hello, are you there? Oh yeah, is it my turn to talk?"
Trying to tell
you say, "Is it my turn to talk to a motherfucker?" They will eat that egg and they will say absolutely nothing else. I do it to him all the time.
Yep. She really does though. She really does though. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, she does though, and every time she do it, I'd be like, yes, it's your turn, go.
But you know what's really crazy is like when we're podcasting and we're working together and we're just having regular conversations, we can finish each other's sentences, we can cut each other off. There is no offense there. But baby,
yeah,
when he does that when we're arguing,
yeah. And everybody, you know what I'm saying, like, and this is the part that we want to, you know what I'm saying, we're not gonna ever give y'all everything because it's just not y'all. What we got going on is for everybody. However, we do want to be real and honest. Like, yeah, we have great chemistry. Yeah, we chill. Yeah, we love each other. Yeah, we really fuck with each other. We really are around each other a lot.
That's my nigga and my nerve, though.
On big facts. But it's like, with that being said, being around somebody so many times, so much, you're not always gonna get along. Like, you're not always gonna get along. So with not getting along, remember, don't say nothing that is gonna have you looking stupid because you're gonna come home.
Because it doesn't have to be permanent. Like, you don't have to make a temporary situation a permanent one by saying words that you can never unsay.
Yeah, 100%. Like this, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it also again. Men, you're never gonna win a verbal argument with a woman, so just don't try.
Yeah.
But yeah, so final thoughts, kind of bringing it all full circle. What did you learn today about arguing with respect, little baby?
Well, I basically listened to you a lot more today than I have when I was upset. And
Facts.
I just like I just learned that we're still learning, and I appreciate the fact that you let me start all over again every day. That is so underrated, y'all. Like a clean slate, like starting over again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not to say that shit always gets resolved, but it is to say tomorrow we can work on this again.
Yeah. Yeah. And kind of going, to add to that, talking about the whole going to sleep mad. I know we just talked about it, but literally to that point, it's okay to go to sleep with things unresolved. Just understand that moment that y'all are going to sleep, that's literally use that as an opportunity to reset, as she just said. Like, if we're still mad at each other, but we get in the bed and she's cold and she wants to lay on my chest, like I'm not gonna push her away from me. I'm gonna let her lay on my chest because for one, is what she needs, and ultimately I know it's what I need because I need her to need me. She needs me to need her. So it's like I'm not gonna push her away. That immediately is gonna resolve that stuff at that moment. When we wake up in the morning, I'm really big on, like, saying I want to, like, good morning, like, like this, I don't, you can't roll into it, right? You can't,
Right.
immediately roll
Like
into
we
it.
have a gym, like meditation, sex, all of this shit before 6:00.
Yeah, we get up, we're at the gym between 4:45 and 5:15.
And no argument is gonna derail the morning routine. Because if you let that shit derail your morning routine one day, it's gonna derail your morning routine all week.
You're gonna be pissed all day. The one day, I think it was Tuesday, we got up.
That was your fault.
I think it was Tuesday. We got up arguing and didn't make it to the gym.
And I didn't stream.
And didn't stream. And then it's like, yo, that shit is crazy. It's crazy how it is. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's not just marriage, friendships. If y'all have a routine, if when y'all talk to each other on the phone, y'all have a routine about how y'all check in with each other. Keep that same routine. And then unless you're really checking them on some real weird energy type shit, but you just got something to talk to them about, keep that same routine and then check in with them and then talk to them about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because you come to people completely wrong and you end up missing out on shit. You end up changing the dynamics of y'all's relationship. If I want to talk to my homie about some shit that I seen him do that wasn't necessarily kosher for me, I'm not gonna call him and start going off. I'm gonna call him and be like, yo, what's going on with you, man? How you doing? Like, I'm just, I'm checking in with you. Like, what's going on with you? Because as I learned that and as he talked to me about it, now I understand why he moved that way. Sometimes I don't even need to ask him why he did it. All I got to do is ask him what's going on with him. I asked Pisces why, like, she over there sitting over there all stale face. I can be like, she got an attitude.
Stale face is crazy, yo. My face is stunning.
I'm talking about if you have the stale face.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. If you sitting over there stale face, and I can assume that you have an attitude, or I can be like, what's going on? And you could be like, actually, my leg has been hurting me. When your leg hurts, what do you look like? Like, who sits there with the leg hurting? Like, God damn, this shit is killing me. Like, you look mad, you look angry, right? You look kind of like a little distraught. So don't assume feelings. Check in with people. Keep the same energy. Keep your same routine, and
give each other grace, y'all.
Yeah,
like we are all. I genuinely believe we're all trying our best, and I know this because I am. And if you're trying your best, then give your partners, your friends, your circle grace. Like, everybody is trying their best, and without the telekinesis powers and all that other great shit, like, it's pretty fucking hard.
For sure. Be patient with each other, love each other, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe on YouTube. We appreciate y'all.
Every time I look at you, this shit on your head looks different.
This will how my hair. If I had hair, every time y'all would look, it would be looking a little bit differently. If I had hair, I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. They're gonna be like, "There's something wrong. There's something wrong with this motherfucker."
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, yeah. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. Thank y'all so much for the stream. Are you gonna keep streaming? It's no big deal.
Yeah, we'll stream for a little while if you guys want to hang out.
So yeah, stream. We're coming over there. If y'all don't know what we're talking about on YouTube, make sure that y'all download the Meet Me app. That is MEET.ME.
There's a dot.
Store. I think there is a dot store.
Okay. Anyway,
I think in the App Store.
You know, and the reason why we love the Meet Me stream,
follow Pisces,
obviously, is because we met in the date box. You know.
We did meet in the date box. So yes, make sure that y'all follow Pisces, PISCES. I always want to spell it wrong. And
yeah, it's not pieces, it's Pisces, guys.
We're about to close this down. So yeah, thank y'all so much. Like and subscribe. Yeah.
Country fan mail, we're out. Thank you. Oh no, we're staying here.